Last week, we asked for your submissions to enlighten Stephen with.
And much like the residents of this hotel, I felt a little bit tortured after this movie.
Welcome to our podcast. I'm Brett Hayes.
And I am Stephen with a PH, and welcome to another episode of Horror and the Hater, the podcast where I am forced to watch horror movies against my will. And now we have more than just Brett adding to the pain. What do we got this week, buddy?
Yeah, so we went ahead and asked on one of the reels we did last week if anybody had any favorites or movies that they really liked that they wanted Stephen to watch, and we got a bite. Actually, we got a couple bites, but we only took one of them this time. We'll use another one next time. This one is Vacancy from 2007, and that's right, folks. If you didn't know, it's been almost 20 years. So...
That, you want to be horrified. Just look at the date that this movie was released. That's really a horror. The most horrifying thing about this movie is that
it's so weird. Because anytime I look at something and it's like in between 2006 to like 2015, which is
feel like it was 4
amount
years
of time already. Yeah, an almost decade gap, and I'm like, yeah, that was like 2 years ago, dude. So. Yeah. Time moves.
That's what happens when you're a millennial. We've experienced a little bit more time dilation, I feel like, than other generations have. So yeah, who knows what year it is right now? But we are watching this movie. So be sure to get down in the comments. Let us know if there's other movies that you think I should suffer through or that I should give a shot to.
He's not suffering through these. He's having a good time. You're having a good time.
Fine, I'm having a good time.
Vacancy, 2007. It's directed by Nimrod Ontel. I think Ontel. I tried to look up these enunciations before. Is it enunciations or pronunciations?
I believe it is pronunciations.
Pronunciations.
Yes.
I don't know where I got the other word from. This is the Weller effect. Anyway, it said to put the emphasis on. So Ontel. He also directed Adrian Brody's Predators. If that's what you're into. I have my own thoughts about Predators and a lot of the entries into the Predator franchise. I had a hard time picking out like a notable actor. There's not a lot in this film, and I thought the two leads were fine. Like I thought that they were both good. Luke Wilson and Kate Beckinsale were great. At first it like started off kind of weird, and it almost seemed like the dialogue was kind of just awkward. And then once you get into more of like their story and what they're actually doing, what they're coming from and all that stuff, I'm like, oh, it makes perfect sense because the dialogue clears right up and we get going. So they did a really great job.
They never really say a whole lot. There's not really a lot of exposition in this movie, which is a kind of refreshing thing for a horror movie. But you got to really use your context clues in the beginning to be like, okay, something's off here, but we're picking things up pretty quick.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of get that whole arguing back and forth in the car ride and after they meet the mechanic and stuff like that, but they don't really tell you what happened or why that they're feuding until like 30 minutes in, or even it might be more than that. And I was just sitting there
it's kind of wild how they, you get this relationship dynamic and that the relationship is strained, but you feel like, hey, maybe if you were looking to pad your runtime to get this thing to 90 minutes, you could have added in another, say, 5 minutes of just character development with these two, maybe throw in a flashback, maybe throw in just something else other than like it was a little bit awkward at your family's anniversary party.
Oh yeah, we get into it. Do you have anybody else to actually?
So if I had to give anybody the nod in this one, it would be Frank Whaley playing the manager of the hotel. He did a good job of just being really creepy and a little bit, on the spectrum, and just I think that if you're going to give the nod to anybody out of this movie, he was the one. He also had the most to work with as far as the characters go, I
Okay.
think. But I would give it to him if anybody.
Okay. Yeah. So our budget was $19 million, which I'm guessing mostly went into their salaries and the set.
Probably, yeah.
Uh, yeah. Um, do you want to guess how much it made at the box office?
You know what? Let's go 20 mil. Let's say they made a little bit of money on this one.
Okay, 20 mil would not be making money on this.
I but
But 35,
okay.
35.4 million. So they definitely, it was a moderate success, nothing big. It didn't warrant the straight to video vacancy that is out there, Vacancy 2, which is a
Oh, okay.
prequel. No, no, you can watch it. It'll be fun, right? Do we think that he should
I thought
watch
you were saying this
the
one went
prequel?
straight to video. So
Oh no.
I was
This
like,
this had
how
a
is Luke
box
Wilson
office.
going straight to video in
No, no, no.
2007?
Oh,
That's not happening.
Luke Wilson and Kate Beckinsale do not appear in the second one. Spoilers. So IMDb gave it a 6.2 out of 10. Rotten Tomatoes with a 43 and Letterboxd a 2.9 out of 5. Lord have mercy. I have a couple who are obviously upset with each other. You're not really sure why. And they're out on this desolate road and their car breaks down as he tries to swerve from a raccoon. And for some reason, they go back and forth on whether it's a raccoon or a squirrel the whole time. And it was annoying, but that was like a real life argument. You ever been like right about something and
Yeah,
somebody's just arguing with you on something very meaningless? And you're like,
yeah.
no, I'm telling you right now, this is
You
what
can
it is.
you can tell she's doing it just to win. She doesn't. She's just trying to make a point. She doesn't want to be right. She just wants to make a
Absolutely.
point.
And look, she was bothering me too, so it worked. She was killing it. So they go down and they go to this garage. Surprise, surprise. The mechanic can't fix their car as well as they needed it to be. He was like, "Hey, it'll get you to the town," and it doesn't. So they walk back and they find that not only the garage is closed, there's no other garage around them, and they'll have to stay at a motel that night. And unfortunately, you learn pretty quickly just by 2 minutes after they walk out of that motel that something is awry. Steven, walk us through it, man.
Yeah, so we get the our opening little road trip, starting off with this couple David and Amy, and you can just tell straight from the jump things are a little bit awkward in the car. She's trying to sleep through the road trip so they don't have to talk. He is trying to take shortcuts so that they can get this thing over with as quickly as possible.
Mhm.
But yeah, there is a little bit of tension. Now, their car after the whole raccoon incident, car
Which
can,
how crazy is it that he swerved that hard for a raccoon in the middle of the night with no other
it's
cars on the road?
yeah. I mean, here's the thing. I can see it if it just kind of came out of nowhere. You looked up and then you just see something on the road and you're like, okay, I gotta miss, and then you notice it was a raccoon. But yeah, if you're risking your life over a little trash panda in the middle of the night, this got to get
Trash
your
Panda?
priorities straight. Here's the thing.
Right.
Maybe he was just like, you know what? I can't stand to be in the car with this woman any longer. We're ending this thing. I'll go
I
live
don't
with the trash pandas.
no. All right, continue.
So their car conveniently breaks down right at the only gas station in, 60 miles, let's say. Who knows how far it is?
30 miles.
30 miles. So they break down at this gas station. Looks like it's abandoned, but we get our first jump scare of the movie when the gas station attendant shows up at their window and says, "Hey, I just closed, but I can try to help you out." He gets their car back started again, says their fan's bent, but they should be good to get back to the next town. Take off towards the interstate, and wouldn't you know it, just a couple minutes later, that car starts grumbling and it is not running anymore. They're not getting to the interstate. They're a little bit peeved at this. Tensions continue to rise, and we find out that there is a dead kid involved. So that right there, it's clearly a sore subject for Amy. is the dead
Well,
Charlie situation.
it's definitely sore for both of them. I remember when they decided that they are walking back, like she has to catch up to him, and he's like, "Well, I want to remember him and have to deal with the pain that comes along with it."
They're coping in different ways.
And she, of course, doesn't want to talk about it. So,
Yep.
they're definitely there's some strife.
A little bit of strife. So they come to this motel next to the gas station. Gas station attendant is long gone, and they talk to the motel manager. As they're walking into this motel, they just hear a woman's screams coming from the back room. Nothing else. David goes up and rings the little bell on the desk anyway, and the manager comes out, and he was just playing a movie, guys, allegedly. So no garages are open, but he has a room available at the hotel. Just so happens to have a room. Lucky them. You know what? He's even going to upgrade them to the honeymoon suite at
A room.
no extra charge.
Did you see how many keys were on that wall? Not a damn room taken.
Not a damn room taken. They have those no vacancy signs up. That one, it's all vacancy. They don't have the all vacant sign. So, yeah, just cross out, just turn the Y off. Turn the light on the Y off, and boom, you're good to go. So they get checked into their room. The manager, even though they're the only hotel guest, is a real stickler about the check-in process. And so when they get to their room, it's not exactly the honeymoon that they were expecting. There's big ass roach on the floors, dirty water coming out of the sink, furnishings from the 80s.
Worst honeyroom suite I've ever seen.
Yeah.
In any movie too.
It's a little bit in disrepair. I would have requested another room if it was in that state. I'm really low maintenance when it comes to hotel rooms, but even that one, it's like, I think we're going to have to move.
I'm the opposite. Like, I'm like, oh God, if I walk into a room, and it's all happened because of one time I went and stayed at a hotel that shall not be named, probably for legal reasons. I don't know.
I think I know what you're talking about.
It was in Seattle. And the first thing that happened, I walked in, there's something like pooled on the floor, and I was like, that's disgusting. And then I opened up the mini fridge to put like my, I think I probably had a Coke on me or something that I was going to put in the fridge. Needles in the fridge. And I was like, all right. So I like walked out of the room, and I was like, hey, this room's not ready. And she was like, oh, I'm so sorry. Like, yeah, it's no big deal. Can I just have a different room? And she's like, no. And I was like, what? So she was like, we'll send somebody up to clean it. And they cleaned it. And 20 minutes later, they gave me a call to go back in there. And I was like, okay. And when I walk in there,
they had fresh needles in there for you.
No, I the first thing I did was I just beelined it straight to it, opened it up, needles still in there. And I was like, all right.
Cool.
So yep. I did exactly what they suggested to do. And I slept in my clothes on top of it was the like worst
move.
Yeah. I mean, people have it worse having to sleep in like terrible places, but it was definitely the most uncomfortable I've ever been in a bed.
Yeah. My most uncomfortable hotel experience would probably be whenever I stayed in the Tenderloin in San Francisco. If any of y'all know about that neighborhood, I'm sorry. But that is, let's just say, it's not the place to go when you visit SF. If you're wanting to go having a nice vacation at the Bay, avoid the Tenderloin. So they check into this Tenderloin-esque looking hotel room. David, he is trying to figure out what they're going to do. Suddenly they hear the phone ring out of nowhere for some reason. Pick it up, nobody answers, and as soon as they pick it up, loud bangs at the door. Somebody's at the door. David just goes over and opens up the door, like just whips it open. If somebody banged that loud, I'm at least going to check the hole before I, just whip that thing open.
I saw
really cocky.
Multiple times in that movie, though, they checked that peephole, and I guess it just didn't work because we never got like a fisheye shot like out of the peephole or anything like that. So I don't know.
Yeah. Well, David finally gets annoyed with all the banging, all the random phone calls. And so he goes to bang on the door that is next door. and he's saying, "Hey, you know what? I'm going to deal with this myself." Nobody answers that door, so he goes up to the office, talks to the manager, and the manager says it's really, really weird that somebody is banging on the wall and the door because you're the only guests here.
What?
Yeah, maybe it's a hobo or some high school kids that are partying and drinking. Who knows? But manager says he's going to take care of it. It's all good. David goes back to the room and he is going to unwind with a little bit of TV. And so turns on the TV, and wouldn't you know it, this establishment does not have cable. No free HBO at this motel. So he resorts to the few videotapes that are stacked next to the VCR. If you're wondering what a VCR is, just remember we are in 2007. Yeah. So
Yeah.
he plugs one of these VHS tapes into there, and it looks like it is a horror movie. Like somebody's getting murdered on this thing. There's these two guys in black, and they're got this guy all strung up, stabbing him and whatnot. Really, really gross. Amy's not into it. She's like, shut it off. He goes for another movie. Same theme, different flavor. So this time we got a couple ladies that are running around the room, getting all tortured and stabbed and all kinds of crazy things going on. They're screaming. Amy is still not into the horror movies. I get it, Amy. I get it. So as he is watching, though, David starts to get this sneaking suspicion that something is off. He starts to look around at the room in the movie, look around at the room that he is in right now. Wouldn't you know it? They're the same room.
What?
They are the same room.
What?
Looks around the room. He sees a camera in the vent. He's starting to see all the different angles that the movie is being shot from. Start seeing that, yeah, there's cameras in the vent. Who knows where else there's cameras? There might be cameras in the toilet. We cannot be sure.
Mm-mm.
The next tape is a tape of a young couple, much like them, staying at this room and being hunted by these killers. All of a sudden, lights go out. Banging starts again. Lights are flickering on and off. Someone is in the room with them. They're freaked out, obviously, trying to figure out their next move. As they are looking around the room, they see an apple that Amy was eating earlier in the car sitting on the bathroom sink. That wasn't there earlier. Now they know someone was in the room with them. They decide we're just gonna make a break for it. We gotta try to outrun them. Start to run, get stopped by two masked figures in jumpsuits, looking kind of like a new age Jason Voorhees, you know?
I thought it kind of looked like well, seeing it now. So I've seen this movie a couple times. But if you've seen the new, it's not new anymore, but the Scream series, they had masks just like that. So
Okay. So we get the mask from the Scream series, the jumpsuits from Jason. We are just mashing all these classic horror franchises into one, doing little homages. They try to get back to their room. They're able to get in just in time, get the door locked behind them. And David is threatening that he has a gun. They know that he doesn't have a gun. So Amy ends up distracting them at the window, making some noises over there while David sneaks out to the payphone to try to call 911. Gets a hold of the operator, tries to tell him where they're at, but it turns out that's not a real payphone, y'all. It's just the manager of the hotel telling him, sorry about your bad luck, buddy, but no help is coming for you. Then he proceeds to run his car into the payphone booth. So just completely smashes that thing out. Just maybe that was where the death of the payphone started. Was back in 2007. That was the first one to get taken out. So David is able to get back to the room just in the nick of time once again before being turned into roadkill. And they try to figure out what they can use as weapons. David breaks a mirror, gets a little shard of glass that he can use as a knife or some kind of a stabbing tool. They just got to stick it out till daylight, and everything is okay. But the killers are watching their every move live from the cameras that are in the room. So next, Amy wakes up. She fell asleep somehow in the middle of all this. David sitting on the edge of the bed, and he is going through the tapes trying to figure out where the cameras are, so that he can get them covered up and how to beat these guys. What are their mistakes? Basically, he's in the film room. Okay.
Oh
He
yeah.
is he's going over game film, just trying to watch, hey, what are their tendencies? What are their audibles? Where are these guys
Mm-hmm.
weak? And he discovers that they must have some kind of a secret entrance into these rooms. It's got to be coming through the bathroom. Go in there. What do they find? Trap door under the bath mat.
Mm.
Yep. And then David opens it and just sticks his head down in there.
Dude. The entire time that he did that, I was like, get your fucking head out of there.
Like, what are you doing, bro? Head first, no hands even down there. It's just like you are at the mercy of whatever is down there in that hole. So
You're at the mercy of the god of stupidity.
yeah, no, he is his proxy in this situation, apparently. My God, from just whipping doors open at random bangs to sticking your head in random holes, it is a wonder that you have made it this far, David.
Okay.
So all of a sudden they hear a truck pulling up outside. Oh my gosh, they might be saved. Some other random person on this random road might be coming, and they might be able to get help. They bang on the window, try to get the trucker to get over there and help them. But suddenly they see the jumpsuited killers sneaking up behind the trucker. They try to warn him. Guys come up right behind him. Turns out the trucker is actually a customer. He is buying the snuff films. So it's not the hope that they thought it was going to be. He basically, I think he just gets a box of VHS tapes and then just gets back in his truck and just kind of pieces out. I don't even think he helps with the shenanigans. He's just like, nah, I don't want to do the behind the scenes stuff.
Yeah, his whole thing, like what it looked like to me, was that when he was coming through there, he was like, "Oh, these are like two people that I'm going to get to see on the VHS here in a little bit."
Yep.
Like I've never gotten to interact with the talent before.
I know. It's like whenever I come running back through here, the release date of that tape, it's like we're gonna be at the midnight showing. That's for
Mom,
sure.
I was in this movie. That was me that they were banging the window at.
I was an extra. So after this plan has gone awry, they decide they're gonna have to take the trap door and they're gonna have to escape. So they crawl on their hands and knees through this dirt tunnel, trying to figure out where to get out of here. The tunnel seems to go off in all kinds of different directions, and Amy is really not having a good time with this tunnel, especially when we get to the rats portion of the tunnel. That was unenjoyable for most of the people involved. Finally, sees a door leads up to where the killers have their monitors set up. It's like their little home base up there. There are so many videotapes. Like there's shelves and shelves of these videotapes.
Oh yeah.
So they check things out. They're looking for weapons. Amy finds the real phone, but as soon as she gets 911 on the line, boys come storming in. They've had to hide very quickly. Manager is pissed that they got through to 911. This is the first time you see that he's lost a little bit of control over the situation. So he sends a goon down into the tunnel after him. David and Amy, they come out of the tunnel in a different room. They're over just in another one of the rooms in the hotel, evading the killers for now. So he blocks the entrance to it. They're actually in the gas station now. So these tunnels, they go everywhere around this property. They get to have a little tearful heart to heart. We get a tiny bit more about their relationship and stuff. So we get some tearful apologies. This is one of those things that we could have spent a little bit more time on this if you want to actually develop character relationships. But
yeah, so we kind of glossed over a moment where they're in the room and before the banging starts to happen on the door. They're sitting on the, or before they even look at the tapes, they're sitting on the bed, and he kind of has like that reflection and starts apologizing for some things. They're talking about the party and how
Yeah.
awkward it was to be there to watch her parents' 30-year anniversary. And
Knowing that they're going to sign the divorce papers when they get home.
right, and how to even broach that subject with a bunch of people that they just celebrated with and faked their way through it. So
Yeah.
I mean, you get little tiny like character building the whole time, kind of
Yeah.
feeling the outsides of them.
It always just feels like it's too vague and too short. Like that's what everything felt like. It was just it's they came in with Charlie. Like I still don't even, I'm guessing, if I have to guess, I'm guessing that Charlie fell into a pool and drowned. That's what
I
there was something about a gate being open. There was something
right.
about I was supposed to watch him. There was something about it's not your fault. But it's all very, very vague and like passive aggressive. And so we don't really get a whole lot of details about what happened, what went down.
Yeah, for me too. The first thing I thought about was, oh, he probably drowned, or we have a pet cemetery situation where gate opened, kid ran out into the street. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm with you on that. Yeah, it does suck that we didn't get a little bit more, but I'm not sure that this movie needed it. I don't think. I mean, it was just one of those things like, wow, why are they so contentious with each other up until the gas station? Because at the gas station, that's when they're like, oh, like, I love you, and if we make it out of here, I'm going to prove that to you every day, and
Yep.
all that kind of stuff. So the recommittal has already happened by the time you get to the gas station, and I don't think the past matters as much then. But yeah, you kind of wish that you would have gotten
It's like a little bit
a
more in the
little bit
build up.
more.
Not even
Yeah,
more
sure.
necessarily in this scene specifically, but just more in these types of scenes where it's
Absolutely.
like,
You're
let's
right.
flesh
Yeah.
this out a little bit more. Here's the thing. You got another 5 minutes until we get to 90. So let's add in a couple more lines.
Sure. Okay.
Give the actors a chance to really flex on them. Show them where that budget is going,
Yeah.
So they're in the gas station, and then all of a sudden, a cop car shows up outside. Could this be the saving grace that they need? David is a little bit suspicious. What if this cop is on the payroll? Who knows? Maybe he's one of them. So the cop is talking to the manager. Manager says it's just him out here. You can see no other cars are out here. I don't know who could have called you, but these damn kids. You never know. So he goes to check out the rooms, and the manager says he's got to go get the keys to let him into the room. Manager leaves, and the cop just turns the doorknob and opens the room. So he walks in there, gives a little search, and finds a tunnel entrance in there, and he knows immediately something is off. Cop pulls out the VHS tape and immediately pulls out his gun. Smart move on the cop part. It's way better than what was that, Friday the 13th? That guy, which is just we're gonna keep this holstered, and we're gonna keep it snapped in there. Make sure that it's secured. We wouldn't want to lose our fire as we're running through the woods. Yeah. So cop pulls his gun. Amy and David see the cop, see that he's freaking out, get his attention. Boom. We've teamed up with the cop. Cool. Now we got a gun in the mix. Let's do this thing. Only problem is cop car has been destroyed. It is wires are cut. All kinds of things are messed up. That thing's not going anywhere. So one of the masked men then appears behind the cop as he is looking at his destroyed engine and just stabs him right in the back, and he's done. So I think that's our first official kill of the film.
Yeah, not including snuff films.
Right. Yeah. No, that's our first new kill of the film. So the cop is dead.
Wait. Are we counting Charlie?
I mean, that technically happened before the film. So I don't think that we can count Charlie.
Yeah, but it's like an off-screen kill, right?
Once again, it's a new kill. I'm pretty sure. Who knows? Maybe some of those films were filmed after Charlie's death. I feel like we have to apply the standard, the same. So we're gonna award the cop with the first
Okay.
death of the movie. Congratulations to the cop. Your award is in the mail.
Oh my god.
So Amy and David, they run back to the room, lock themselves inside of it. He ends up hiding Amy in the ceiling and then tries to get back to the office to get a gun. So as he opens the door to sneak out, he is stabbed in the gut by one of the goons, crawls out of the room and sees the manager holding an old Sony Handycam, just filming him as he croaks one more breath out of his mouth. So they search the room for her. She is doing a fantastic job of holding it together and not making any noise, just doing her best Anne Frank up there in that attic. And they don't find her. So they leave. David had been smart and planted a piece of her clothing on the broken windows. So they send a couple goons off into the woods to look for her out there. But Amy, she's able to stay hidden. Morning comes now. Amy wakes up. She's still in the attic, sneaks down to the ground level, but one of the goons is there. She's able to get out of the room, runs away, finds a car parked behind the gas station, is able to start it with a screwdriver. Just, this is a skill she has.
No, the screwdriver was already jammed into the ignition.
I know, but still, it's like, I feel like
that
takes a little bit of finesse.
You just turn it.
All right. Maybe hijacking a Beamer back in 2007 was a little bit easier. So it's like whenever the Kia boys went on their rampage.
Oh, okay.
So she starts this car with a screwdriver. One of the goons jumps onto the car and into the sunroof. And this is where we get a little bit whimsical with our death sequences. Because this just felt like it was just so chaotic. So one goon jumps on the top of the car. Upper part of his torso is into the sunroof. He's grabbing at Amy. She's driving. This causes her to swerve and hit the other goon that is standing in front of the hotel, and she drives him through that, pins him against the wall, Sixth Sense style. And so now we have two goons for the price of one. Two goons, one car. So we got both of those guys out of the way. And it turns out, I believe, if we look at the face, the goon that she hit with the car was the mechanic that was so helpful to them in the beginning of the movie. How dare he? I can't believe it.
Did you have doubt that he was part of the?
Oh, not at all. As soon as their car broke down, I was like, what did he do to fuck with it?
Oh,
like, yeah, no, I immediately. That's another thing that I would have liked. I would have liked them to confirm that he, in fact, did mess with the car and like made them, break down so that they would be their next victims. Would have liked a little bit more of the things like that. So yeah, they plow through the like I said, it's totally predictable. We now have our face to face with the final boss. It's our final boss battle. So she has to go up against the manager. She gets to his office and collapses a shelf of DVDs onto the tunnel. She grabs a hammer as she hears footsteps coming up. Amy tries to grab the gun that is up on the wall, but she is grabbed by the manager before she can get to it. She gets him in the face, and then he gets her back for it in the face like a bunch more times. And then he is still. This is where watching the game tape and knowing that they're going to get sloppy comes in handy, because he still wants to enjoy this. He still feels like he's got to produce another movie. Okay, he can't let
he kind of has to. He just lost two of his production assistants, and it's up to him. And there's orders. That trucker's coming back.
Exactly. And here's the thing: more cops are going to be coming out looking for him as well. So this might be his last film. True. This is the one that he's got to make it count. So he's trying to get her into position. She is not cooperating with the director at all. And so grabs the camera, says he should have killed her last night. She gives him a nice kick in the nuts, runs out, gets the gun, plugs him 3 shots, center mass, bam. And he collapses to the ground. So she then goes out to David's body and cries over him for a little bit, but then he's alive. He was alive the whole time. It's just a gut stab, guys. He didn't totally bleed out. So he is still alive there after just several hours, like the whole night, like laying on the ground, just there bleeding. So, but she goes over, is able to get the phone cord out of the manager's pocket, call for help. Goes back to David. They kiss. The end. That's yeah, pretty quick resolution on that one.
Yeah, we got some things to talk about.
Yeah.
First question that I have for you is: do the rats in the tunnel bother you?
I mean, here's the thing: if I was in that tunnel, they would be. It would. I wouldn't be pumped about it, but
Yeah,
I feel like I can hang with rats. I'm not squirrely around them.
I feel like rats, spiders, and snakes used to be something that was used all the time in confined spaces, and now more often than not, it's spiders.
Spiders are
And
still creepy, man. But
yeah,
people have pet rats and pet snakes.
and
Granted,
snakes are
some
more
some
of
of
like
you
a
freaks out there probably have a pet spider, but we're not going to talk about that.
and snakes also get used from time to time still. But yeah, rats are just something. I mean, you'll see like one scurry across the room, and that's like, oh, it's a decrepit room.
I mean,
But
it's a classic, visual representation of plague and pestilence, decay. So, this goes back thousands of years.
the thing that bothered me about it was these are well traveled tunnels
Yeah.
for these guys. So why are there so many rats in there?
That's the thing. You think that they would do a better job of just like making sure that this is cleared out. But then again, it may be a thing where like they only get a visitor once every couple weeks maybe. And
Sure.
so it's like how often are we actually putting these tunnels to use? So maybe the rats get to share the tunnels in the off season and then they just
Ah,
gotta clear out for game day.
okay. Yeah. Uh, so before I get into things that I'm not too high on, the things that I do like about this movie is this reminds me of those 2000s date movies. This is a movie that you would take your girlfriend to see on a Friday or Saturday night, or your partner to see on a Friday or Saturday night, and have popcorn and just enjoy it. It's a popcorn flick. There's nothing inherently bad about the movie. Uh, Things that obviously they could have done better. But the two leads, like we said in the beginning, they work. Uh, I couldn't remember. I haven't seen Luke Wilson in a movie in a long time, to be honest with you. Besides like comedies like Idiocracy, uh, let me go ahead and have a mind blank while I'm saying that. Oh, Old School,
Yeah.
those types of movies. So he's always been really funny to me. And then the movie has some tense moments. Uh, the movie kind of doesn't really kick off for me. Like at the very beginning, when they're in the motel, the banging on the doors are happening. That's all great. That was great setup. I have not seen the movie in a long time, so it felt like a first time watch with deja vu.
Yes.
But like I couldn't remember. I couldn't even remember the trucker thing. I was like, oh shoot, did they kill the trucker right here? Like stuff like that. So little details I was completely amiss on. And then it felt like after they got through the tunnels and maybe into some of the other rooms, the tension kind of died down. Um, I don't know. The cop scene was pretty good. Once that happened, I was like, okay, we're on a roll, we're moving, and the movie did roll a lot better. The fake out, like, is this manager dead? Is he not dead? I thought was super believable.
Yeah.
And it just lingered a little longer than I wanted it
I
to. So
was a
I was
bit,
happy with
yeah.
it and upset with it at the same time.
I had the kind of a similar feeling because like they did the fake out and I'm like, oh man, is he gonna but then within 30 seconds of doing the fake out, the movie's over. Like we're rolling credits.
Yeah. Which okay. I mean, it's just that they pan back to him like 3 or 4 times. So
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, is he gonna make a move or because that's what I said too to myself right after she shot him 3 times center mass. I'm like, that should take out a person, but this is a horror movie.
Yeah.
One to the head. That's the rules. We all know it.
Exactly. Unless your name is is Michael Myers. Then you can get
That's-
shot anywhere you want and you're never gonna die. It doesn't matter. You could just
I
get a
can't.
bazooka to the chest,
He's gonna be
like in Street
so
Trash. And yep,
upset with Halloween 2. He's gonna be so upset.
gosh, I'm
So
so ready to
yeah,
hate.
no, you're not ready to hate. Another thing that I did like was the sweet moments in the movie. As I brought up earlier, on the bed before they find out where they are and stuff like that. You know, you kind of get a little break into, yeah, they're unhappy. They're feuding with each other. You learn that there's going to be a divorce, but now they're kind of, you feel that little spark, you know, like what they once had in their relationship was right there. He reaches out to kind of touch her and consolidate her for a second, and she pulls away, you know.
Yeah.
And then you get that other moment in the garage that we kind of spent some time on. And, you know, I just thought that they gave them a minute to actually shine because they were two good actors,
Yeah.
and we gave them a minute to actually act with something instead of fright. So
Right.
I liked those points. Uh,
Yeah.
dislike.
Go
Oh,
for
you
it.
want to add something to it? Okay.
Yeah, I mean, like if I was going over my likes for it as well, like I would say that it's similar thing where I really did like those moments between them where you get that little bit of character development, you get that relationship dynamic and just kind of flesh that out. And those kind of things add to the tension because like that's what's adding stakes to the movie
Sure.
of like at first they don't care about each other, so it's like do they really care? And then they come together and have to care together. It's like it seems like this movie has such a good premise and there's a lot that you can do with this premise. It's just that this was just a really really it was like the simplest possible version of the premise where like we didn't go too in depth on really anything, but like we covered all the bases.
Sure. And this came out during the time that, you know, the torture porn era was going, the Hostel and the Saws, and there were home invasion movies coming out. And this is just another pretty much a home invasion movie just at a hotel. And you know, there wasn't a lot of substance in those movies either. I mean, I guess you could say Saw had substance. I'm not here to say it didn't. But you know,
I've actually watched the Saw movies previously. I went through a little phase where I was like, you know what, we're gonna check these out, give them their due. Not
we
bad.
knew that you were a faker and that you loved all these horror movies, and we've been
Nope.
trying to uncover
Nope.
that. So
Nope.
we did it.
That's
Actually,
the
we've
only
succeeded.
it's the only horror
Congratulations
franchise I think that I've watched more than one of my own volition.
of your own
So,
volition.
yeah.
Okay. Um, running into the dislikes of this movie, we have definitely covered a couple of them already. Fuck the third guy. Whoever the third accomplice was, you don't mean anything. We didn't meet you. We don't know you. We saw your face upside down and bloodied. Uh, fun fact: he's the only returning member in the prequel, which is the second movie of this series. So,
He's the only guy that was just like, yeah, no, let's run it back, y'all. That was so
please,
much fun.
guys, I need a fucking
Please
job.
give me another. Can I get a line this time?
Right. And I haven't seen that movie, so I have no clue if he has a line or not. I just looked and I was like, huh. And then I kept moving. So beyond that, you knew what was up when it started. There's no real there's no who done it in this movie. Yeah, the killers wear masks. It's not to get you to go, who is it? Is it Charlie, their dead son? No, it's not. It's
That would
two
have been a twist.
it's two people that are creepy. Yeah, you left the gate open, mom, and now I'm here to kill you at a motel.
Boom. We don't know how long it's been.
No clue. Yeah, well, and that's one of our other things, right? The story. We don't have enough of character building for them. They did have their moments. They got their chance to shine as actors, but there's not. It's not in depth, and I'm not mad at it either. Uh, this movie probably would have been 95 minutes if it were, and I'm okay with it being 85 minutes or whatever the ending was. And that was my last note is there's just a little too much sitting around. With that being said, and I'll let you get to your dislikes in a minute. Uh it's a 3-star movie. This is a popcorn movie. If this was at the drive-in, or if I saw it, we do have a drive-in here. If it was there, I'd probably go watch it. So but beyond that, I mean, there was just some memorable aspects of it, but ultimately, until I saw this movie pop up, I was like, oh, I've seen Vacancy, but I would have never even thought to watch Vacancy.
Yeah, I have a feeling it is going to be kind of one of those forgettable ones where it's one that you can think back and say, yes, I've checked that off the list. But if you want me to give you a synopsis a couple years down the road, it's probably going to be probably going to have some gaps in it. We'll say,
Sure.
but yeah,
Home
this
invasion.
yeah, it was there. They were at a hotel, and there were some creepy dudes, and a bunch of people started getting stabbed. So yeah, but no, my main issue with this is just kind of what I was saying about it. It's just really simple. It is just like not fleshed out. There are lots of different things that you could do. Yeah, it's not a who done it, but you can do so many things with not a who done it, and in some ways you can actually play the tension up a little bit more because
Sure.
we're in on the gag. I mean, here's the
Yeah.
thing: as soon as I saw that hotel manager, I was like, this dude is obviously a murderer. Some people don't have my instincts. It's okay.
Oh my
We've
God.
already established that David's instincts are absolutely terrible. He's swerving to miss raccoons. He's whipping open doors. He's sticking his head in random dark holes.
You've
Doesn't
got a
give a
point.
crap about the rats. I mean, they could contract the plague. You never know what's going to happen. This man is just throwing caution to the wind, and look where he has ended up with it. But yeah, it's there's just it feels. I left the movie feeling like there was so much more that they could have done with it, and that it was almost like that. It was almost like the Disney Channel original movie version of a horror film, where you're like, okay,
Yeah.
there's a formula for this. They did the plug and play with the formula, and now we have a title we can release and make money on. So
Because you mentioned it, you now have to give us your best Disney Channel drawing. You have to do the Mickey Mouse ears.
use my like ring light.
No, no, just do it with your hand, dude. Let's see it.
Okay. Actually, if we want to be on theme,
Oh my God. Here we go.
I
Here we
do have
go.
a kitchen knife. So
Whoa. Hey, dude. Uh, uh,
wait, hold on. No,
that
it's
was terrible. Nope.
yeah.
You only get one shot. That's the
Hey,
deal.
hey,
That is
y'all!
the
I didn't even know
deal.
where the camera was. No, we weren't. That was the warm up. We hadn't even called for action yet. Okay, so
Okay.
somebody
Ready?
call action, and we can
Ready?
do this the right way. Yeah.
Quiet on set. Action.
Hey, I'm Steven with a PH, and you're watching Horror and the Hater. Can you
Wasn't
add the
that
effects
bad?
in post?
I will probably not, because it's much funnier watching you do that
Say,
outside of it.
I don't know if iMovie can actually like handle that kind of production value.
Yeah, who knows? Maybe we'll add in the effects. That was pretty good.
Yeah.
I was impressed. First
Hey,
take was terrible. Second
first,
take,
once again, it wasn't a take. I am resolved that it was not a take.
okay. Oh,
But
cut.
yeah, as if we didn't get this, I am also at a 3-star for this movie. So
Awesome.
we can go ahead and throw that out there as well. I didn't want to like kill it because once again, the premise was good.
Yeah,
The acting was sufficient. There wasn't anything
fine.
egregious in it. And so I'm not gonna totally kill this one.
The mechanic, I mean, I've seen him in a lot of things. He's always like a side character. I think he was in a lot of like teen kind of movies.
Mhm.
uh I thought he was really good when he was playing the mechanic, and I thought it was really bad when he was dying on the hood of the car. So
Yeah.
I don't know, you know.
It's like, hey, he did a I mean, he was honestly scarier whenever he was just like out there at the window, like,
Yeah,
jump
kind
scaring him
of.
in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
So
So yeah, man, I mean, there's nothing more to say about this. It is a solid movie. We appreciate the submission. I'm so glad that Steven actually got to watch it. And without you saying, hey, have Steven watch this, I probably would have completely forgot about it.
yeah.
So a lot of those like 2000s era movies that came out when we were able to watch them, I still kind of didn't think about them because I think about classics and I'm thinking about, you know, a couple other different like newer movies because what a year. I know we've already mentioned it multiple times. What a year for horror. So
It's like
um
it's popping up into my algorithm, and I don't think it's totally from this. So no, there's
no,
actually a lot of horror movies, a lot of the A24 stuff, and uh there's
Blumhouse
things
is
like
killing it
Obsession.
usually,
Yeah.
So
So there's stuff that I'm actually interested to watch now.
oh, Exhibit B. We've got him. We've got him. We've got him admitting it. He is now a horror lover.
I don't know
So
about that.
give yourselves a round of applause.
I'm intrigued. We'll say that. It's like that morbid
Okay.
curiosity where it's like, hey, I don't want to marry the goth chick in the fishnets, but I'm curious.
With that, it's been Horror and the Hater. We'll catch you later.